Welcome back to Celebrity Press, where secrets explode before your eyes. This isn't just a rap battle, it's a full-blown cultural war. Kendrick Lamar just did the unthinkable. 800,000 tickets sold in under 72 hours, shaking the very foundation of hip-hop. Drake? Well, he's scrambling, deleting old content, and dealing with leaks from his own camp. Is Kendrick the new king of hip-hop, or is Drake plotting his comeback? The streets are talking, the fans are choosing sides, and this battle is far from over. Stay tuned, this is just the beginning. 800,000 tickets, one artist, one moment, one message. The crown's not up for debate anymore. Kendrick Lamar just did what no rapper, not even Drake, has ever done before. He didn't just sell out a show. He didn't just top a chart. He tore the system apart, flipping the entire live music industry upside down. 800,000 tickets sold in under 72 hours. From London to Berlin, Paris to Cape Town, Kendrick's grand national tour didn't just outsell everyone. It outshined them all, and the streets are talking. Drake who? The man couldn't even sell half in Europe. Kendrick did numbers Beyoncé had to work hard for. Even Billboard called it a generational anomaly. Meanwhile, fans are scrambling for excuses, bloggers are backtracking, and the industry is now asking the question that no one had the guts to ask before. Is Kendrick Lamar the real king of hip-hop? And is Drake's grip finally slipping for good? Oh, we're unpacking the whole story. Leaks, tweets, celebrity reactions, behind-the-scenes numbers, and the quiet panic at Team OVO. Let's rewind this because Kendrick Lamar didn't just wake up one morning and decide to break records. Nah, this has been brewing for years, like a slow-burn revenge story wrapped in poetry and silence. Now, we all know Kendrick and Drake have been circling each other for over a decade. But while Drake stayed in the limelight, always dropping, always charting, always hopping on features with whoever's hot, Kendrick played the long game. He disappeared. He studied. He evolved. And when he returned with Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, and now the Grand National Tour, he returned with purpose. Not for clout, not for TikTok dances, legacy. Meanwhile, Drake was busy building Certified Lover Boy, Her Loss, and a whole catalog of tracks that felt more like vibes than vision. The fans noticed. The critics noticed. The industry definitely noticed. Drake had the world, but Kendrick had the momentum. Fast forward to the early announcement of Kendrick's Grand National Tour. It hit like an earthquake. No leaks, no promo, just one black and white post with a date and a quote. "The world is a stage. Let's make it loud." The post hit over 2 million likes in 5 hours. Still, no one expected the tidal wave that was coming. Within 24 hours, ticketing platforms froze. Fans reported waiting over 6 hours in virtual lines. Some shows had over 180,000 people in line for venues that only fit 35K. And when the final numbers dropped, 800,000 tickets sold in under 72 hours, averaging $210 per seat, totaling over $168 million in gross revenue before the merch or streaming boost. Now, pause. Ask yourself, has Drake ever done that? Not even during his It's All a Blur run with 21 Savage did he get close to these numbers. Sure, he sells out. Sure, he trends. But what Kendrick just did, that's global domination. But what hit even harder was the contrast. While Kendrick was lighting up international headlines, Drake was being criticized for lackluster UK sales and last-minute venue downsizing. Remember the headlines? Drake's Wembley Night 2 quietly cancelled. Fans outraged over O2 ticket delays. Is Drake losing steam overseas? It was almost too perfect. Kendrick rising. Drake stumbling. And don't think Kendrick's team didn't savor the moment, because they made a very intentional move. They released a behind-the-scenes rehearsal clip of Kendrick walking into an empty arena, whispering, "Let's remind them who writes the blueprint." Boom. That clip went viral. Rihanna reposted it. Tyler, the creator, commented, "That part." Even Spotify's global editorial team reposted it with a collision emoji. Meanwhile, Drake was out there subtweeting and posting photos from Turks and Caicos, flexing iced-out chains and luxury shoes while the internet roasted him for his lackluster setlists and recycled visuals. Now, to be clear, Drake is still Drake. He's not going anywhere. But the difference now is that people are questioning his focus, his growth, his impact. And Kendrick? He's not just proving he's relevant. He's proving he's essential. And remember, this tour is just the beginning. Industry insiders are already whispering about a surprise album drop mid-tour and a Netflix documentary that's supposedly in post-production right now. Oh, and did we mention Kendrick turned down Coachella? He wanted his own spotlight, his own arena, and he got it. This isn't competition anymore. It's a takeover. But hold up, because what happened next took this triumph from legendary to downright shocking. The headlines were glowing. The numbers were official. The world had crowned Kendrick Lamar the undisputed ticket king. But behind the scenes, Drake's camp was panicking. And baby, the mask slipped fast. Let's dive into it. While Kendrick Lamar's grand national tour was soaking up all the attention, fans started noticing something odd. Drake's own team went dead silent. No shade tweets, no petty captions, no cryptic Instagram stories, just silence. And if you know Drake, silence is louder than a diss track. But then came the leak heard round the world. A former assistant from Drake's OVO sound team, let's call her Jay, allegedly DM'd a well-known gossip page and said they knew Kendrick was going to sell, but at $800K, it broke them. Drake threw his phone. It's been demanding a full rebrand since Sunday. Hold up. What? The blogs exploded. Drake in meltdown mode. OVO team scrambling after Kendrick's ticket triumph. Why is Team Drake purging old content? Because that's the thing. They were deleting stuff by midweek. Fans noticed Drake's website had removed several tour pages. 2 fan merch designs mysteriously vanished from the OVO store. And get this, a Reddit user posted a screenshot of an email accidentally sent to them instead of an internal team. The subject: what's next? Reclaiming narrative. Oop. So now fans started digging, and one user, deep in the code of Drake's website, found a buried subpage titled The Last Laugh with nothing on it but a distorted audio clip. Someone whispering, he may have sold more, but we know why. The voice almost certainly Drake's. But what did he mean? Fans began spinning theories faster than a DJ in a Vegas club. Was he about to expose Kendrick? Was that a diss preview? Were Kendrick's numbers rigged? And while fans were fighting in the comments, Kendrick's team, they pounced. A verified producer close to Kendrick posted this bomb on Threads. Drake always had the charts. Kendrick built the stage. Don't confuse streams with legacy. Boom. The internet had a full breakdown, and then came the twist that made jaws drop. You remember how we said Kendrick's tour sold 800,000 tickets? Well, according to an anonymous Live Nation employee, Kendrick didn't even plan to announce all dates at once. Apparently, only Phase 1 of the tour was scheduled. But once they saw how fast it sold, the back-end tech team was instructed to quietly release Phase 2 without public announcement. And still, they sold out in minutes, including Johannesburg, Tokyo, and São Paulo, markets Drake has never fully tapped into. So now it wasn't just Kendrick beating Drake in North America or Europe. It was Kendrick outperforming him globally. Let that sink in. The guy who was supposedly too lyrical or too niche had just out-hustled the artist who once called himself the international pop star of rap. The fans dragged Drake mercilessly. Kendrick doing world tours and Drake doing apology reels. Y'all really made fun of To Pimp a Butterfly. Now look, Drake made music for playlists. Kendrick made music for legends. And remember when Drake once said, "They're screaming out my failures." Kendrick just yells, "Control." Well, now fans flipped it. Kendrick doesn't need to scream. The numbers scream for him. And let's not act like this didn't hit Nicki Minaj too, because Kendrick's domination started sparking industry conversations about the old guard, about who's next, about what real impact looks like. A major exec from ROC Nation reportedly told Variety, off the record, Drake and Nicki Minaj have always been top-tier performers, but Kendrick, he's a movement. The ticket numbers prove it. Even streaming platforms got shady. Apple Music posted a promo banner. Witness greatness. Kendrick's Grand National Tour. Spotify followed suit with a playlist update, Legends at Work featuring Kendrick, Jay-Z, and Nas. But guess who is nowhere to be found?
Drizzy.
And the fans noticed. One tweet got over 28K likes. Spot. That sounds like something a loser says after a chess match. You built an empire. Kendrick built a legacy. Tell us you're bothered without telling us you're bothered. And just when we thought that was the climax, a leaked audio recording surfaced. One that allegedly captured Drake on a phone call with a close friend, venting about Kendrick's success. Let them cheer now. They'll come back when the music dries up. That's what always happens with these conscious types. Wait a minute. Did he just call Kendrick's run temporary? Did he just say this was all a phase? Well, if Drake thought that statement would go unnoticed, he was dead wrong, because what came next turned this into a full-scale war. The moment that phone call audio leaked, the entire internet lost its mind. Drake calling Kendrick a conscious type who only gets temporary hype? That wasn't just shady. That was disrespectful on a whole new level. And the Kendrick fans? Oh, they were not having it. Within hours, fan producers snatched the audio clip and remixed Drake's words into a diss beat. It started trending on TikTok under the name Temporary Hype by @NotTaughtLikeUs. The track featured Drake's own words looped over an 88 heavy instrumental with Kendrick's Not Like Us ad-libs layered in the background. It was straight disrespect. Let them cheer now. They'll go, cheer forever. They'll come back when the music dries up. Boy, this flood eternal. It blew up 3.7 million plays in a day. Then came the hashtag temporary hype tour, mocking Drake's past concerts and his It's All A Blur branding. But Kendrick wasn't done. While everyone else was remixing, Kendrick dropped a cryptic Instagram post that sent the industry into a standstill. A black square. One word. Renaissance. The comments went wild. What is he cooking? Is this the album tease? He's about to drop something that'll erase Drake from the timeline. He waited for Drake to open his mouth. Now, he's about to end him. Insider blogs immediately claimed this was Kendrick's subtle way of confirming what had only been whispered before. A surprise live album from the Grand National Tour was on the way. But not just any live album. One recorded across 3 continents, mixed with orchestras, crowd audio, and studio vocals blended into one body of work. A renaissance in the truest sense. And then came the report from DJ Booth's private Discord server. Kendrick's about to do what no rapper has done. Release a live concept album and visual film featuring unreleased verses from the tour's European leg. What unreleased versus a tour film? People started quoting the old Kendrick Lamar line from Untitled 07 like it was a prophecy. I made a decision last night that I would die for it. Now, let's flip over to Drake's camp again because they were in DEFCON 1 mode. At this point, insiders started leaking frantic emails from OVO management teams, allegedly telling venue partners to pull upcoming promo campaigns and hold off on merch activations. One leak even showed a subject line titled, "Wait for 40. No sudden moves." And who's 40? Drake's longtime producer, his right hand, the man behind OVO Sound. Well, guess what? 40 had gone silent too. No tweets, no stories, not even a birthday shout-out post for Drake, which fans found very suspicious. Was there internal beef going on? Had 40 warned Drake not to respond publicly to Kendrick's tour success? Twitter Spaces lit up with debates. Drake's scared to drop. Kendrick stole the cultural moment. OVO on mute while PG Long runs the world. 40's ghosting Drake like a warning shot. And in the middle of all that, BET tweeted something that changed the narrative completely. A promo for the upcoming Hip Hop Awards with a teaser saying, "A tribute to a living legend." And the global stage he just conquered. Guess who was in the silhouette?
Kendrick.
The caption, "This year we honor the artist who didn't follow the wave. He created it. You." It was over before it even started. Then, to really set fire to the internet, a popular rap commentator leaked a scrapped OVO marketing campaign that was allegedly prepared in case Kendrick's tour flopped. The campaign title, "Quantity versus Quality," the real story behind touring numbers. They were ready to spin the narrative. They thought Kendrick would drop the ball, but when the opposite happened, they froze. And remember that remixed track, Temporary Hype? It got picked up by a Spotify editorial playlist called New Hip Hop Wave and then by SoundCloud's trending charts. The people were choosing sides. Even rappers were chiming in. J. Cole posted a suspicious laughing emoji with a train emoji. Right after Kendrick's cryptic post, Tyler, the creator, tweeted, "Watching M sweat from the balcony seat. I paid full price for Kendrick, by the way." TD's Top Dog dropped a rare tweet too. "This what happens when you rap for the art, not the algorithm." And then the bomb dropped. At the end of Kendrick's show in Dublin, he broke script and looked straight into the crowd. He paused the music. No beats, no lights, just Kendrick's voice and a spotlight. Y'all ever been underestimated? Crowd cheers. Y'all ever been told your truth has an expiration date? Crowd cheers louder. Well, this tour, this movement, this legacy, don't expire. Mic drop backstage. Schoolboy Q, Keem, and even J-Rock were seen clapping like it was a Grammy speech. You could feel the shift. This wasn't just about ticket sales anymore. This was about who controls the future of rap. This was culture versus commerce, legacy versus popularity. And it was Kendrick's moment to own. But don't get too comfortable because as we speak, new private footage is leaking from within the OVO circle that could expose an even bigger betrayal. One that Drake never saw coming. Let's just say this, the streets were not silent. Once Kendrick's mic drop in Dublin went viral, social media went into meltdown. And when we say meltdown, we mean TikTokers crying, bloggers backpedaling, and even Drake stans jumping ship like rats off a sinking yacht. Trending hashtags. Hashtag Kendrick 800K. Hashtag not temporary. Hashtag Grand National Day Tea. Hashtag Drake in trouble. Hashtag Kate killed Coachella. It was a digital funeral out here, people. Fans were uploading memes of Drake in a lifeboat with a caption. Meanwhile, Kendrick sailing the Titanic straight to Pluto, and fans were not pulling any punches. Elaine posted a video with 2.3 M views. "I used to defend Drake in every barbershop debate, but after what Kendrick just pulled off, I feel like I've been lied to." At the Quinity dropped a reaction that got reposted by SCA herself. Kendrick really said Renaissance, and the whole rap game turned upside down. This man is playing chess while they're still figuring out Candyland. But wait, then came the celebs. C commented under Kendrick's rehearsal clip, "This is what passion looks like. Y'all forgot. Now y'all remember." Tyler, the creator, went live on Instagram holding a framed photo of Kendrick and saying, "He not even rapping at this point. He preaching, and we all going to church." Even Lil Baby, who's been buddy-buddy with Drake lately, liked a tweet that said, "Kendrick is giving the kind of pressure we needed back in 2018. Tory Lanez's burner account allegedly liked a post that said, "Drake's been too comfortable. Kendrick just walked into the room and turned the AC off." Then came the media wave. Rolling Stone headline, "Kendrick Lamar's tour isn't just big, it's historic." Billboard, 800,000 tickets sold, and hip-hop just shifted on its axis. Complex, Kendrick turned global demand into a cultural reset. And just when we thought it couldn't go further, Jay-Z enters the chat. Yep, Huff. In a rare move, he reposted the BET silhouette promo of Kendrick on his IG story with 3 simple words, "Rightful heir."
Period.
Jay-Z ain't never thrown that kind of weight behind any artist since co-signing J. Cole, and even then, he never used a phrase that powerful. Twitter nearly imploded. Jay called Kendrick the heir.
Somebody check on Drake.
Kendrick got the throne, and HOV just lit the incense. Then there was a now-deleted tweet from Noah 40 Shab, Drake's longtime producer. It simply said, "You can't compete with conviction, especially when you traded yours for streams." And then he logged out. Y'all, even people who were riding hard for Drake started questioning everything. The Shade Room held a poll. Who's running hip-hop right now? Kendrick Lamar 84%, Drake 13%, other 3%. Black Twitter was in shambles. Instagram was flooded with edits of Kendrick standing on a pile of platinum records while Drake holds a puppy, and Mike fans were going off. Amani Goth posted, "Drake gave us good times, but Kendrick gave us a reason to believe in hip-hop again." A Jess Queen tweeted, Drake somewhere writing about heartbreak, while Kendrick out here breaking historical records. And to really put the nail in the coffin, Spotify quietly updated their Rap Caviar playlist, and Kendrick had 5 songs in the top 10. Drake had just 1. At number 9, even DJanix, Drake's notorious online ride, went live on stream and said, "Look, I'm Team Drake, but this Kendrick got us all shook. This man ain't playing no more." People started calling Kendrick the people's champion. They said he was hip-hop's North Star. They said this tour was his version of Michael Jackson's Bad Tour. And then the Grand National Tour official merch drop sold out in 6 hours. A hoodie that said Poetic Pressure?
Gone.
A limited edition vinyl set of every city's encore track?
Gone.
And the craziest part? One European fan reportedly resold his Paris Kendrick ticket for $1,500 and someone bought it.
So what now?
Is it really over for Drake? Kendrick finally claimed the title publicly and permanently. Or is Drake plotting something darker behind the scenes? Because word is, an unreleased Drake track is sitting in the vault, and allegedly, it was recorded right after the Dublin show. Just when we thought Kendrick had the throne sealed, locked, and bolted, a mysterious leak flipped the entire game again. Out of nowhere, an unreleased Drake track surfaces online, titled Last Laugh. At first, folks thought it was a sappy, a deep fake, another troll remix. But then OVO's inner circle confirmed it was real. And the drop didn't come from Apple, didn't come from Spotify, didn't even come from SoundCloud. It dropped on a private Telegram group shared anonymously with the caption, "He waited long enough. Watch the throne, and y'all the bars." Drake didn't just clap back. He torched bridges. He came for Kendrick's entire tour, his message, and even threw shots at the conscious rap fans, calling them Bible-quoting vlog boys with thrifted fits and festival tans. What? And that's not even the wildest part. Drake fired off lines like, "Taught him how to headline. Now he wants to outshine, but I've been cooking all summer long." While he rehearsed punchlines, he even mimicked Kendrick's voice on the track and added a chorus that sounded eerily similar to Not Like Us but flipped. "I was like him once, rapping like a prophet till I grew up, got rich, and stopped dropping nonsense." And right in the middle of the track, there's an audio sample from a BET interview that was allegedly recorded during Kendrick's early days where he praises Drake's mentorship. Insiders now claim Drake held on to that clip for years, waiting for a day to use it as leverage. And baby, he just did. Now, before you ask, was the track polished?
Yes.
Was it ready to go mainstream? Absolutely. But did Drake release it himself?
Nope.
And that's where the plot thickens. Sources close to Kendrick's team believe the leak wasn't an accident. It was intentional sabotage. A fake Spotify page under the name The Real OVO Insider popped up minutes later, tagging a ghost account with just one post. A blurry photo of Kendrick in a recording booth, captioned, "He heard it already." And he responded, "Wait, hold up. Are y'all hearing this?" That means Kendrick already has a diss recorded in response to a diss that hasn't even officially dropped yet. But here's where this final twist leaves us all breathless. Just hours after the leak, Kendrick's verified fan page posts this. If he needed help to finish his verse, he should have just asked. Rakim, the man. Kendrick literally just gave up his profits to honor. Now he's posting subliminals. Either Kendrick has every OG in his corner, or this is becoming rap's biggest chessboard since Nas vs. Jay-Z. And baby, there's more. According to a leaked message from an event planner in Dubai, Kendrick and Drake are both booked to perform a surprise set at the Abu Dhabi hip-hop celebration in just 2 weeks. And guess who else was initially rumored to headline? Dr. Acute HWWW. This ain't just about albums and tours anymore. This is about reputation. This is about legacy. This is about who's got the last word in the biggest rap feud of the decade. So, where do we go from here? Do we wait for Drake to officially release Last Laugh and make it war? Do we sit tight for Kendrick's mysterious Renaissance drop? Or do we let the Real Goat settle it live in Abu Dhabi? Because one thing's for sure, this drama ain't over. Not even close.
Woo.
If your jaw ain't on the floor by now, are you even paying attention? Drop your pick in the comments below. Are you Team Grand National or still riding with October's very own? And don't play it safe. We want to hear the wild takes, the bar-for-bar breakdowns. Did Kendrick's 800K flex seal the final nail in the coffin? Or did Drake just prove he's still the most dangerous with a pen?